Hi, and welcome to a gentle, trauma informed yoga practice. I would like to invite you to find a quiet and safe space for you to practice where you won't be disturbed for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Although this video is only 14 minutes long, I invite you to pause it as you explore a pose. You have an option to watch this video in its entirety before following along. You also have a choice to use props such as yoga strap and yoga blocks if alright with you. You have a choice to skip yoga poses that do not feel right for you at this moment. Again, welcome and thank you for being here. When you are ready, we can start with seated half lotus pose, and if you like, you can tune in to your intentions for this practice. If you like, you can bring your palms together and raise it to forehead level. Allow your breath to flow in and out of your nose. Whenever you're ready, bring your palms in line of your heart, opening your palms like a book. Little fingers remain in contact. This is called the heart mudra. Take your time to tune in to the flow of your breath. When you feel complete, gently bring each of your hands by your hips. Take your time to notice the surface you're sitting on. For our first seated pose, you have an option to use a strap for the seated forward bend pose. Begin with bringing your hands out to your side, then up over your head, reaching up to the sky. As you inhale, lengthen up your spine. As you exhale, begin to come forward, hinging from the hips, gently holding on to the yoga strap. Feel free to explore the pose without a yoga strap or with one knee bent alternately. You are invited to connect with the breath. Inhale as you lengthen the spine, exhale as you deepen the stretch. Take your time, allow the stretch to gently deepen as you get to know the rhythm between your movement and your breath. When you feel complete with the seated forward bend pose, we can get ready for the next. Come to butterfly pose. Gently bend your knees and press the soles of your feet together. You have options to place your hands on your shins or ankles, or interlace your fingers around the pinky toe side of your feet. Lengthen your spine, draw the shoulders down and back, broaden the chest. Options to flutter your bent knees gently by moving it up and down rhythmically. When you feel complete, release the pose, extend your legs forward and lean back on your hands. Gently come up to standing pose. Feel free to adjust your alignment as what feels right for your body. With feet hip-width apart and knees slightly bent, gently fold forward to halfway lift pose. You can touch your fingertips on your shins as you keep a straight spine. Feel free to explore the options to straighten the knees and looking at the top of your mat. You are free to focus on your breath. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to deepen the stretch behind the legs. When you are ready, gently come to high plank pose. Allow yourself to align with ease, yet activating the core muscles. Options to slowly lift one leg at a time off the mat while keeping the core or abs activated to protect the back. If it's alright with you, breathe in as you lift the leg up and breathe out as you bring the leg down. Come back to plank pose, then to downward facing dog by shifting the hips back and up while moving the upper body towards the knees. Options to gently move your head to release tension on the neck or to focus the gaze in between feet or on the mat in between the elbows. Take 2 cycles of deep breaths here. Then walk towards your hands and come up to standing or standing wide-legged pose, or take a moment to pause and align and reconnect with your breath. When you are ready, gently fold forward, hinging from the hips, placing each hand on top of the ankle, while maintaining an active abs or core and connecting with the breath. Option to bend each elbow and allow the head and arm to relax with the breath. Take your time here. You have an option to touch the mat as you curl your spine or lengthen the spine with fingertips touching the mat instead. Or alternate the movement and explore the pose. To come out of the pose, inhale and place hands on the hips. Keep core active and slowly straighten up to full standing. Options to pause here or gently come to kneeling on the mat to prep for gate pose. Remember, you are free to skip a pose or pause the video. If you like, come to gate pose by kneeling on one leg and extending the other leg on the side. Gently bring the right hand in front of the right knee while you raise your arm up. You have an option to go deeper in the pose by side bending towards your right leg. Feel free to explore this pose while staying connected with the breath. Slowly switch over to the left knee. Take your time to find your balance. Place the left hand in front of the left knee and raise the right arm up while side bending to the left side. Feel free to deepen the pose while connecting with your breath. When you feel complete, come out of the pose gently. For the next pose, we will be using a yoga strap. Feel free to pause the video here. When you are ready, loop one end of your yoga strap on one of your foot, preparing for the dancer's pose. Open up the heart space, slowly hinge from the hips as you raise the right foot with the assist of the strap. Activate the standing leg and core for balance while connecting with the breath. Gently come out of the pose, letting the strap release slowly. Looping the strap on the other foot, gently bring the strap over the shoulder, activating the standing leg. Find your balance here, then slowly move the foot on the strap towards the back while maintaining your balance by focusing on a point in front of you. Being aware of the opposing forces between the foot on the strap and arms, stabilizing the strap, then gently come out of the dancer's pose. Come to seated pose gently and safely. Bring yourself seated on your mat. We are exploring supported lotus pose next. Feel free to use pillows and folded blankets instead of yoga foam. Give yourself time to adjust to this new position. Feel free to modify or skip. Place the other block under the floating knee of the other leg. Explore what works for your body at the moment. Let yourself arrive at this seated pose. Feel free to notice your breath. Deepen if it's shallow, slow down if it's fast. Allow yourself to exhale slowly, then gently rotate the upper body to each side. Take your time here. Explore arm motions that works for your shoulders. Come back to your center and gently move your feet out of the lotus pose. Move your blocks to the side. If it's alright with your knees, gently come to yogi squat, initially with a foam block to sit on, then moving it out of your way and deepening the pose. Opening the hips, allowing the spine to align as what feels natural for you. We continue to the last part of our practice today, connecting with the breath. Find a comfortable seated pose for you. Placing one hand at your heart space and the other hand on the belly, allow your breath to gently flow in and out of your body. Feel free to explore arm movements and hand placements that feels right for you at the moment as you stay with witnessing your breath. Then pause for a few moments of stillness here. Gently open your eyes if you have them closed. Take your time. This is the end of our practice for today. Thank you so much for being here and for practicing with me. Namaste.